Welcome. Okay. Late afternoon talk, man. Do 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 do. YouTube, please push this live out in the algorithm. Pass it around globally. Bring like-minded individuals in here. Even the trolls, have them come in as well, so I could pass out virtual hugs to them. Um, Happy Ramadan to all my brothers and sisters out there. May this Ramadan be a prosperous one for you. Um, we're almost to Maghrib, and after that, we could do iftar. Do your du'as. Have your dates ready, and then we could break our fast. Um, yeah, man. But it's been stay tuned for tonight. Nightcap with Friends, episode 104. The best podcast at night, powered by Smoking Politic with me and Headliners Entertainment. Um, I will have a special guest co-host, up and coming streamer, from the good old state of Rhode Island province. Um, Up and coming streamer. He's a entrepreneur, um, inspiring actor. Uh, they call me Faisal. That is his name, and he will be here tonight on the segment Nightcap with Friends, the best podcast at night. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. Um, I'm just going live right now because I haven't done a daily live in a while. Blessings to everybody here. Welcome to the live. Um, let's chop it up, man. Crip Mac is home. C Mac is home. And yeah, man, let's listen to Compton Rick Rock. Um, and Compton Rick Rock is definitely has one of, if not the best, one of the best intros in these YouTube streets. Hands down. Let's get with it. That's fire. This intro is fire.
You're now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Let's get to the content.
All right, man, we're gonna get to this reaction by Rockstar, man. Crip Mac calls out 600. Custer Lovejoy says he's running a scam. The Rockstar report. This is Rockstar's title, Rockstar's page. I'm gonna give my input and what I think. I know both of these guys, 600 and Crip Mac.
Hmm.
What do I
Welcome
think
home to
about
Crip
all
Mac.
this, man? I just think that when it comes to business, you definitely got to have lawyers involved.
Mm-hmm.
If you do not have a lawyer involved, there will always be some type of conflict of interest. And with these two dudes, I believe Crip Mac signed the contract with 600 a couple of years ago, which is Four Leaf. I think Four Leaf is the one who got Crip Mac under a contract. And
Mind you, the the ball four leaf, he's in prison, probably doing 1,000 years, and he's the one that took control of C Mac's first YouTube channel, his first channel. When he first stepped on the scene, that channel that have almost 1 million subscribers, if you think about it, every month that generates money, no matter what. No matter if the channel hasn't been active in a couple years, it doesn't matter. People still watch the content on there. So every month that channel is cashing out bags. And who's getting all that money? The ball four leaf that's locked down in prison. Yeah, babe. Um, Clarita, blessings to you and yours, Queen. Welcome to the chat. Please hit the like, share this live. This is a good space. We could talk about everything up in here. You know what I mean? Questions, I'll answer questions, all that. Stay tuned for tonight. Um, Isa, Jesus was definitely a messenger and a prophet. Peace be upon him. But anyways, welcome to this live. You know what I mean? This is a good space, safe space. Everybody's safe in here. Um, you could troll me, doesn't matter, but be nice and cordial with each other in the chats. Because my mods will snipe you. But yeah, Crit Mac is home. We could talk about everything in here, man. You guys have questions, you guys want to get stuff off your chest. You know what I mean? This is the platform for it. Stay tuned tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. I will be doing my podcast, Nightcap with Friends, the best podcast at night, with my special guest co-host. They call me Faisal, up and coming actor and streamer from Providence, Rhode Island. So stay tuned for that. Blessings to everybody that's coming into the chat.
Use 600 to make sure all the business is taken care of in order while he's incarcerated. I believe that contract or management deal was for the amount of 10,000. I'm not sure. I think I remember these guys talking about this back in the days when we was all dealing with Crip Mac back then. I kind of fell back on the whole.
Jesus was a prophet and a messenger. Peace be upon him. I would just like to ask my Christian people this. I don't bash anybody's religion, but every time, my Christian people come in here, they always have to do that. You guys don't have to do that at all. It's not necessary. You know what I mean? Coming in here, every time you see someone in a different religion, you guys gotta do what you're doing in the comments, which you have every right to. You know what I mean? But it's like, make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. You guys have your nose up. You guys are so judgmental. Like, let it go. Let it go. Pick this book up, and this will take you a long way. We could definitely talk about religion. We could talk about anything you guys want to talk about. This is a safe space. I'm just saying respect people's religion. That's all. If you want to believe in Buddha, respect the people that believe in Buddha. You want to believe in Allah, respecting the people that believes in Allah. You want to believe in thinking Jesus is the son of God, respect people that believe that. That's all I'm saying. But my thing is, with a lot of Christians, they come in here and they slander. How are you slandering when you're supposed to be a people of God? How are you judgmental when you're not supposed to judge anyone? That's just my thing about it, you know? But yeah, let's get back to the content. But we could talk about anything, anything, anything.
And let him do his thing. I wasn't partner up with Crip Mac. We just
Explain
did-
God logic to me.
As far as business, I wasn't trying to put
Explain it to me, please.
Any contract or anything like that. When he wanted to do a skit, he'd call me up and we'd handle skits. That's all I was into back there. I wasn't trying to get a hold of him or trying to get any money out of him or put him.
I sound lost.
I wasn't doing any of that. But
Hey,
these guys did
that's your,
friendship back in the days.
That's you have every right to feel how you feel, brother, sister. That's your that's your way of thinking. If you feel like I'm lost, hey man, I may feel like you're lost too. Hey man, to each his own. We could learn to disagree in the comments, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? If you pick up this book, you would see that, Jesus didn't die for our sins. Jesus was a prophet. Jesus was a messenger. And when Judas backdoored him, You know, before the Jews came to do what they allegedly did to Jesus, Allah took him. You know, Allah took him and put Jesus' face on Judas. So who got nailed on the cross was Judas. These are facts. But hey, what do I know? I'm lost over here, you know? I'm just lost.
You seen Crip Mac in 600 on
Yeah.
plenty of videos doing
To each
skits,
his own, though.
running.
You know what I mean? No hard feelings. Like,
man,
I'm not here to talk down on anybody's religion or beliefs. But what you will do, you know what I mean? And I'm praying, I'll make dua for you too, brother, sister, whatever you are. I'm going to make dua for you. Wallahi, I will. But yeah, Tracy from Dare Care. You study playing. Shout out to Tracy from Daycare. Salute, 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 salute. Yeah, back to the content. Back to the content.
took a left. I think when he started working with China Mac, when him and China Mac got together and started working, I think that's when the other
China Mac. Another vulture. Culture vulture, that is. I need red bottoms, not red lobster. Allah is a deceiver according to what you just said because he swapped out Jesus for Judas. Yeah. Well, why not? Why not protect your prophet and messenger from somebody like Judas? Why not? Think about what you just said. Why let your prophet and messenger get nailed to a cross, get beaten, tortured because he believed in what he believed? Can we make that make sense, please? You know what I mean? Before you guys come in here and judge me for my beliefs, hey, Alicia, blessings to you and yours, Queen. Pick up this book and do your due diligence, and then you decide. And keep reading your holy Bible, too. You know what I mean? That has all different type of versions. You know what I mean? There's only one version of this. Only one. No different versions. There's only one of this. That's all I'm saying. Do your due diligence. That's all. That's all. And I want to know why this. Why, as us as a people, why do we always have to fight over religion and politics? Sorry, I've been absent, just out the hospital. Oh, how you been? I hope you're good and you pull through. Whenever you want, you could be a special guest co-host on one night on my podcast. I told you that a while back. You let me know. Jesus commanded to judge righteousness. If nobody made judgments, we wouldn't be alive right now. You make judgments every day. I agree. We make judgments every day. But what I highly recommend that you and anybody else that have their doubts, at least, no, I'm not saying convert and take your shahad. If you do, alhamdulillah. But at least do your due diligence and do your homework and pick up the Quran and read it before you just assume and go off by what other Christians and whoever else says. You know what I mean? You know? I actually know the answer to your question. Okay. What was my question? If you can't hear me, turn your volume up. Everybody else can hear me. Respectfully. But I want to know. Oh yeah, the question I asked. Why are we so divided? Especially when the topics of politics and religion come into play. Like everybody gets so bent out of shape. With me, I'm just like, hey man, you want to be a Republican, Democrat, Independent? That's your business. You know what I mean? You want to be Christian, Buddhist, monk, Catholic, Muslim? That's atheist, Satanist. That's your business. That's your right as a human being. That is your right. We were all born with free will. You know what I'm saying? In my home, I'm the only one that's Muslim. I don't force that on my woman and my kids. Why I don't force that on them? Because of free will. I read the Quran a lot. Have you ever heard of the Islamic dilemma? Read Surah 547. I will read that tonight. I will read that. Break it down a little bit. Break it down a little bit. Let's talk about it. Can you give me a mod? Give you a mod. Can you subscribe and hit the bell? And remember, people, check out my playlist. Think of this platform as a five-star buffet. There's something here for everybody from all different walks of life globally. Check out the playlist, people. Now, what's my opinion on ICE? You're modded. Welcome, Libby121. My opinion on ICE. I feel like ICE is the new I can't say this on YouTube. It's the new Third Reich. You know, I think, ICE in the beginning, ICE was made for a good reason, but now they're just I just feel like you're welcome, no problem. Welcome and fasten your seatbelt. Um my thoughts, just to not drag this on. My thing about ICE, I think we just need to get rid of ICE because obviously they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. If you want to get rid of criminal illegals that came in here illegally, won't you go to the hoods? Why are you bothering working, hard working people that came in the right way? You know what I mean? You don't see them going to the hoods and going after the uh illegals that are criminals for real, that are monsters, that are out here unaliving and violating people. Why is that? They're going to get hardworking people that came in here. Most of them came in here the right way. Listen, America was built off foreigners. And and I hate when people be like, the ignorant people, the racist people be, and you don't have to be white to be racist. Disclaimer. You could be Spanish and be racist. You could be black and be racist. Ignorant is ignorant. I feel like ignorance has no color. But where racist, ignorant people fail to realize is we're all sitting on stolen land. You know, your ancestors came to this land and stole it from the natives, swindled them out of their land. So if we really want to get technical, you know what I mean? Everybody's ancestors stole this land. And I'm talking about the Europeans. I hate to single people out, but I got to call it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're all sitting on stolen land. If you wasn't born here, you're sitting on stolen land. I do not like it when I hear people say, "Go back to your country. This ain't your land." And they say that to Mexicans in California. If to be technical, California was Mexico. What are you talking about? All of California was Mexico. Am I lying? We owe the natives everything. You know what I mean? And I feel like they get done so wrong. Oh, you hand them out casinos. Ooh, they need more than that. Same thing with the blacks. Look at what they had to endure during the slavery times and the after slavery until this day. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know, man. For me, I don't see no color, no religion. I see my fellow human being when it all boils down to it. Because we all, in the end, die. We all bleed the same. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get the division, man. I can't stand it. Especially in this country. It's like we're so divided. It's nasty work. And I care because I have a lot of kids and they're gonna have their own kids. Like when I'm long gone, my kids and my bloodline has to still be here and endure all this. If it's bad now, imagine 50, 60 years from now, 100 years from now. You know, I asked ChatGPT one time, right? How to show me what America looks, what America's going to look like in 100 years. You know what it showed me? Do you know what it showed me? It showed me that America was doomed 100 years from now. And then I went back and I asked ChatGPT again. I was like, "Are you just showing me this because you seen that I've been playing Arc Raiders and I've been having you make the thumbnails for me? Check that out, the playlist on my gaming." And it said, "No, this is what America is going to look like in 100 years." You know what I mean? Some Hunger Game, Arc Raiders type. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. These are facts. Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not gonna say these are facts, but it's just my logic. You know what I mean? I'm not always right. You know what I mean? So I just go on how I feel and what I've been seeing. And this country is so divided. What do you guys feel about this country, man? If you're from the good old U.S. of A., I want to know how you guys feel. You know, and you guys coming in here, please hit the like. It really helps the live. It pushes it out in the algorithm. You know what I mean? You don't have to subscribe just yet. Do your due diligence on me. Check out my playlist. Check out my earlier content before I was monetized. And you can see I'm still pushing the same narrative. And that's positivity and giving belt to ass to the effery. 500 donations for, uh, yeah, somebody put him on timeout or her on timeout. That's crazy work. Get him out of here. Crazy work. Hypothetically, if the Bible were true, would you become a Christian? Um, wow, that's a deep, dope question. I'm gonna be completely honest. Um, Most likely, probably not, because I feel that this is true. You know what I mean? So, wow, that's a dope question. That was deep. Be proud of yourself for that question. I'm gonna mod you for that. We could learn to disagree in here, people. You know, I mean, I'm not always right, and I don't want everybody to always agree with me. If I'm wrong, please let me know I'm wrong. But my thing is, explain why. Go into depth. Go in depth on why that I'm wrong. If the Bible was true, they wouldn't have secrets. Hmm. Mom Handle. Blessings to you and yours. Half truths aren't truths. Shout out to Mom Handle. Hmm. Hmm. Let's talk about it. Half truths aren't truth. Debate is a good thing. Yes, I totally agree, Mr. Curly Wolf. I totally agree. Now, let me ask you guys this. What are your thoughts on this country and the world as a whole? Like, what do you see? What do you see the world and this? What do you see this country and the rest of the world headed by 2030? What do you feel like it's going to be like? America's cooked. Trump doesn't want to say it. Hmm. We'll get back to that. Let me pin that. Let me pin that. America's cooked. Yeah. I feel like by 2030, do you believe in Jesus' second coming? I believe in Jesus. Yes, I believe in Jesus. Jesus, may peace be upon him. Jesus was a prophet and a messenger. May peace be upon him. The truth showing itself, nothing's changes. Yes, listen, listen, listen. I just feel like this. This is where faith comes into play. You know what I mean? You have to have faith. You have to really, truly have faith in your heart, in your mind, but first in your heart. Everything else is just noise, if you think about it. Block everything out and just faith. You could believe in, if you believe Buddha is real, then have faith in that. You believe that Jesus is the Son of God, then have faith in that. I believe in what I believe in. I definitely have faith in that. You know what I mean? More of the same. The truth is showing itself. Nothing's changed. Yeah. What Mom Handle said. In the end, the truth will slowly but surely the truth is really showing itself. You know, um, we live in some beautiful, scary, interesting, amazing, spooky, nasty times. If that makes sense, people. He was found in the Epstein files, and when the news reporter asked him, he said, I plead the fifth, which means I don't want to answer that. Yeah. Listen, let's talk about the Epstein files. The Epstein files, I feel like people shouldn't even stress out about it because nobody's going to get held accountable for all their dirty, dirty indiscretions and all their crimes that they committed. It is what it is. You know what I mean? They're gonna they're gonna probably have a few people, but the big fish, the big billionaires, the president of these United States, they're never gonna get held accountable. That's just what it is. That's why I don't even talk about it like that. If you think about it, I don't talk about it. I don't do content about it because I'm just wasting my breath. I'm wasting my breath now. You know? Um, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like nobody's gonna get held accordingly. Nobody's gonna get. Yeah, man. What do you guys think? Do you think anybody, everybody? Look at there's still redacted names. 70 or 80% of 3+ million files that they unleashed. 70 or 80% of the names are blocked out. What does that tell you? They're not playing fair. So it's like I feel like us as a people shouldn't even, I'm not saying not care, but don't even stress about it because we have enough to deal with life. You know? And let's talk about good old Donald Trump. I was a supporter of his. I voted for him twice. Thank God I didn't vote for this time. I was delusional thinking that, he was really for America. And maybe his first term he was, but now he's been compromised. And I think he's been compromised because, the Zionist regime and Bibi and his gang have him on VHS, have him on DVD. His name is said more. His name is said more than anybody else's name in all them files. You know what I mean? It ain't rocket sciences to put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? Next president vote is going to be Kamala Harris. I think a woman definitely can do the job, but not her. A person that lies about their ethnicity, you can't be trusted. If you lie about something small like that, you can't be trusted. That's my thing about it with her. And she's just an. And listen, this is why I don't have no party. I'm just an American that's anti shady government. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm just an American, a proud American that wants to see America be America again for everybody, right? But it doesn't matter who's in office, left, right, up, down, rainbow. It doesn't matter. You said my mic is quiet. You Anybody in the comments, let me know. Is my mic quiet? I don't think it is. There's only two people that said you got to turn your volume up, sir. Uh, but like I said, it doesn't matter who's in office, right, left, up, down, rainbow. In the end, they all act accordingly. In the end, they all bend the knee and go over there and kiss the wall. In the end, they're all slaves to the donors, big billionaire private bank donors, and the Zionists. Doesn't matter. I feel like the only president that didn't bend the knee and that was really for us was John F. Kennedy. And what happened to him? You feel me? Yeah, you got to turn your volume up, Jack. Maybe the other people were just yelling about this stuff. My bad. No, no, you good, brother. You good. Thank you for, coming over here and when you don't have to. Blessings to you and yours. You don't have to subscribe and hit that bell yet. Do your due diligence on me and my channel. Check out my playlist, and then you go from there. bottom line is, well, we all got to figure it out. Yeah, yeah, we all got to figure it out, man. It's all good that Trump secured a border. Is it a good thing that Trump secured a border? Yes, I believe in strong borders. You know, I grew up in the West Coast too. I grew up in California. I ventured out all throughout all the border towns, damn near, and a lot of them. We need stronger borders. I'm all for people coming in. Like I said earlier, America was built off foreigners. This is a melting pot. You know what I mean? Like we that's why I'm so like against people saying, "Oh, get out of my country." What do you mean get out of your country? This is everybody's country. This was built off foreigners. This country was built off foreigners. And the people that are saying telling other people to get out of this country, your ancestors came here and stole this land. Pay attention. But I believe in strong borders, yes, because anybody that has ill will towards this country of ours can just go through them weak borders and come in here and do things with impunity. I'm for stronger borders, yes. I'm for people to come in this country the right way. Just come the right way. You know what I mean? I understand there's certain cases that they got to do what they got to do. You know what I mean? But all is welcome, man. If you have good intentions for yourself, for your family, for this country, respect the land and the natives, I'm all for it. But I do believe we need stronger borders because, like I just said, anybody that has ill will towards this country of ours can come in here. Miss Angela Lock and Loaded, please, people, subscribe and hit that bell to her channel. If you guys love anime and love gaming, she's the one. Maganda. I need some lumpia and panse one day. But yeah, man, I feel like uh that we just need stronger borders. I'm all for people coming here, but we, like I said, we need stronger borders because anybody that wants to do harm to Americans on American soil can just come in them weak borders and there it goes. Now, what do you guys thought on Mexico with this just happened with El Mencho? They got him out of here. He's now resting in peace now. You know, El Mencho, he was the head of CNJG, whatever, cartel. And they're going crazy right now out there. They're really like going crazy. They're out there unaliving citizens and they're looking for Americans to kidnap. What are you guys' thoughts on that? I know everybody's seeing the news. It's all over the place. And of course, special forces had their hand in it. Of course. Of course, special forces had their hand in it. That's why I'm like, all of a sudden they got up with him. They've been looking for this man since 2005, 6. He's been having $15 million on his head since God knows how long. And they just finally got up with him. Oh, they got up with him because they had some Americans with him. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Crazy work. But yeah, man. Like I said, this channel's a safe space. Um, for all those people that are on the fence of subscribing, hitting that bell to my channel, all you got to do is just do your due diligence and do your homework on me. You know, when people first start on YouTube, right? Before they're monetized, they're pushing a whole different narrative versus to after they're monetized. This is why I stress this so much. Check out my playlist, look at my earlier content before I was monetized, and you can still see that I'm pushing the same narrative, and that's positivity and giving belt to ass to the effery. You know? And this channel has everything for everybody from all different walks of life. Like I said, think of this channel and this platform as a 5-star buffet. Something here for everybody from all different walks of life, from vlogging, gaming, podcasting, interviews. We got it all here on Smoking Politic with me. That's all I'm saying. This channel is for everybody. But yeah, man, what else? Then you're a Republican. We want secure borders. Democrats want an unlock. No, no, no. I'm just an American. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. Like I said, no matter who, if one of them is in office, they're all slaves to the Zionist regime. They're all slaves to foreign bankers. They're all slaves to the powers that be. The only president that didn't bend the knee, you seen what happened to him on live television for the world to see. I'm I'm anti-shady government. That's what I am. I'm an American. I don't care who's in office as long as they're really for us. That's it. You could be Democrat, Republican, socialist, independent, whatever you want to label yourself. As long as you're really for the people and really for this country, I'm all for it. You know? But you'd be a fool, respectfully, not to want stronger borders. Because I'm going to sound like a broken record because it just go back to what I was saying. Anybody that wants to do harm to Americans on American soil can come in them weak borders and do stuff with impunity. Because I'm going to just, let's play devil's advocate real quick. If I want to do harm, saying I'm a foreigner and I want to do harm to Americans on American soil, I'm coming through the weak borders. It's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Especially them borders in them little small desert towns and rural towns in Texas, Arizona, where they have to have civilians patrolling because they don't have enough funding. They have to have civilians patrolling the borders that you could just walk over. There's no wall, nothing, fence, nothing. I just saw your channel and it's so good. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And born of a virgin, why is he described so uniquely? No other prophet. Because he's the son of a woman, no man. That's why. You know? That's why. It blew my mind too when I was learning about that. Especially the part when, you know, when Judas tried to backdoor him and the Jews were coming to get him. And Judas went in the room to go get him, but Allah already took him. Allah already took him to Jannah. And what Allah did, he took Jesus' face and put it on Judas. And when the Jews came in, we're like, hey, he's like, I'm not Jesus. I'm Judas. Even as they're nailing Judas to the cross, they kind of knew, was like, hey, is this really him? But like I said, to each his own, man. You can believe what you want to believe. That is your right as a human being. As soon as you were conceived, that was your right. I'm not here to force nothing on anybody. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I am a big, strong supporter and believer on stronger borders. Because any monster with ill intentions can come through with impunity and do what they want to do. Now, what are you guys' thoughts on Miss Candace Owens? You know, in the beginning, I wasn't very fond of Miss Candace Owens. But now, I love her. I have so much love and respect for her. She's brave. And, yeah, man, you know, after I sat there and did my due diligence and did my homework on her. I mean, this is why I feel like it's ideal to really do your due diligence on people and just things. Do your homework on things that you question. Do your research. You know what I mean? And then make your decision about the person or whatever you're doing your research on. You know what I mean? Because wouldn't you want that same respect if somebody just looked at you and they already had you figured out without even knowing you? Wouldn't you want them to do their due diligence and do their homework on you? I mean, right. It was too easy for criminals to get in prior to Trump. It's still easy now. It's still easy now. He straightened them. He strengthened up the borders. I'll give him that. But just only on one side. You know what I mean? There's so many open borders all throughout Arizona, Texas. Like, it's wicked, man. The cartel are coming in and out with impunity as they please, unaliving people, kidnapping people. When you have senior citizens, retired, that are civilians, patrolling a border, that's a problem. Where's all the money going? But they have money to give Ukraine over 70 billion, but it's probably more. When Biden was in office, it was over 70 billion dollars they aided Ukraine. Let's not talk about how much they gave the Zionists. You know what I mean? Who are currently occupying Palestine. Because let's call it for what it is. They are sitting on stolen land too. When the whole world turned their back on them, when that little freaking tyrant with the weird mustache tried to obliterate all of them, and the rest of the world didn't want them around, who took them and welcomed them with open arms? The Palestinians. And then what happened? What happened? We have what we have now. This was designed by the Americans and the Zionists. You know what I mean? It's crazy work, man. Crazy work. But where's all that money? I know I went off a little bit, but where's that money? Back to the border. Where's that money? Why do we have retired senior citizens that are civilians patrolling Arizona borders, Texas borders, and rural towns with no fence, no nothing? Where's the border patrol? But they have all this money, and then, the president has all this money to sit here, offering the people in Denmark, I'll give you 150,000 to let me get your land. How you got all this money, but you telling us there's no money? For that's the problem with this country. We're too busy doing shady politics. And then another thing, the president, he's a felon 14 times over. So my thing is, if a felon can become president after being convicted for how many counts of felonies? 14, 15? And he became president still? So felons should be able to vote. Felons should have jobs. They should be able to work any job that they want. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If a felon can become president after being convicted of 14, I don't know the exact count, but I know it's more than 10 counts of felonies he's been convicted of. He's a felon. You Google his name, he's a felon. If he can become president, so other felons can vote, should be able to vote. Other felons should be able to get a job, any job as they please, right? Felons should be able to go join the military because we have a felon as president of this free world. Crazy work, bro. Crazy work. Welcome to America, man. You know what I mean? Welcome to America. Home of the shady politics. Home of the warmongers. And it's crazy because we all get looked at that. This is why I'm going to end it off with this, people. This is why, I stand so strong on this. We cannot condemn a whole race of people for a handful that control things that are monsters. And I'm talking about the Jewish people. I see a lot of people burning the Jewish flag. I see a lot of people, just talking down on Jewish people. And to me, that's wrong, because for one handful of people that control the thing, which is Bibi and his Zionist goons, just like we wouldn't want the rest of the world condemning us, labeling us as lazy Americans, warmongers, shady, just because of the handful of people that control things out here. You know what I mean? We have to do unto others. That's all I'm saying. So when I see people and they want to sit there and try to have this conversation of bashing Jews, I don't get involved in that. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, if you pay attention to the fine print, the majority of the Jews, they want Bibi out. They've been wanting him out. They protest. You have rabbis even saying it. You know what I mean? And technically, let's talk about it. It says it in their book. They're not even supposed to have any land at all. And if you don't believe me, just do your due diligence and do your research on it like I did. I was blown away when I read that. It's in their book, the Torah or the Torah. My mistake if I'm saying the name wrong. It's all up in there. They're not. A rabbi was reading it, and he said it. It came out of a rabbi's mouth. We are not supposed to have no land. Stay tuned tonight, man. 8 p.m. Eastern on the segment coming up. Nightcap with Friends, the best podcast at night, powered by Smoking Politic with me and Headliners Entertainment. You can catch these daily lives whenever I'm able to. It's been a while since I did one late afternoon. Appreciate everybody that came through. Stay tuned tonight. We have good talks talking about everything tonight with my special guest co-host. They call me Faisal. He's an upcoming streamer, entrepreneur, and actor from Providence, Rhode Island, man. So stay tuned for tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern. Uh, Notify it. It's right there. Just look in the playlist, the live sting, no, the playlist on the Nightcap with Friends, 8 p.m. tonight. Notify yourself so you get the alert. We have great talks again. I appreciate everybody. Shout out to all the mods and welcome to the new mods that came in. And I just modded you up. Welcome. Do your homework on this channel and me. Blessings to everybody, man. Thank you guys for spending 45 minutes and 53 seconds with me. Appreciate you guys too. Blessings.